Discover Canada study questions. For more practice, go to Canadian Citizenship Test Kit.com.
What are the primary responsibilities of the police in Canada? A. To keep people happy and to make new laws. B. To keep people safe and to protect politicians. C. To keep people safe and to enforce the law. D. To keep people from protesting against the government and to enforce the will of the government. The correct answer is C. To keep people safe and to enforce the law.
Which of these are examples of natural resource industries? A. High technology equipment, banking, and food. B. Forestry, fishing, and mining. C. Mining and energy, automobiles, and communications. D. Retail services, aerospace technology, and clothing. The correct answer is B. Forestry, fishing, and mining.
What happens during the first reading of a new bill? A. Members can make other amendments. B. The bill is considered read for the first time and it is printed. C. Members debate the bill's principles. D. Committee members study the bill clause by clause. The correct answer is B. The bill is considered read for the first time and it is printed. What is Canada's largest city? A. Calgary. B. Montreal. C. Vancouver. D. Toronto. The correct answer is D. Toronto.
Which type of court deals with matters concerning the federal government? A. The Canada Court. B. The National Court. C. The Federal Court. D. The Government Court. The correct answer is C. The Federal Court.
What is the best definition of a responsibility? A. A responsibility is something that you should always try to avoid. B. A responsibility is something you must do, like following the law. C. A responsibility is something you are allowed to do, such as driving a car. D. A responsibility is something people want to do, but cannot. The correct answer is B. A responsibility is something you must do, like following the law.
What were the dates of the South African War? A. 1899 to 1902. B. 1897 to 1903. C. 1890 to 1905. D. 1897 to 1901. The correct answer is A. 1899 to 1902.
How is the Member of Parliament for an electoral district chosen? A. The candidate who receives the most votes becomes a member of parliament for that electoral district. B. The candidate who is part of the winning party becomes the member of parliament for that electoral district. C. The candidate who receives the most votes becomes the member of parliament for that electoral district if the Prime Minister approves. D. The three candidates who receive the most votes have a second election to choose the winner. The correct answer is A. The candidate who receives the most votes becomes the member of parliament for that electoral district.
Which innovation is Sir Sandford Fleming credited with? A. Newfoundland's half time zone. B. Daylight savings time. C. Standard time zones. D. The 24-hour clock. The correct answer is C. Standard time zones. What is Canada's most popular spectator sport? A. Baseball. B. Canadian football. C. Hockey. D. Basketball. The correct answer is C. Hockey. About what percentage of First Nations peoples live on reserves? A. About half. B. About 3/4. C. About 1/3. D. Almost all. The correct answer is A. About half. In addition to the mayor, who else is part of local councils? A. Assistant mayors. B. Councillors or aldermen. C. Members of local government, MLGs. D. Members of Parliament, MPs. The correct answer is B. Councillors or aldermen. What does habeas corpus guarantee? A. Freedom from arbitrary arrest. B. The right to speak to a lawyer for free. C. The right to be arrested by the police. D. Freedom from torture. The correct answer is A. Freedom from arbitrary arrest. Where in the world does Canada rank in terms of size? A. Canada is the largest country on Earth. B. Canada is the second largest country on Earth. C. Canada is the third largest country on Earth. D. Canada is the fourth largest country on Earth. The correct answer is B. Canada is the second largest country on Earth.
What is the only part of the original center block that did not burn down in 1916? A. The House of Commons. B. The Library. C. The Senate Chamber. D. The Office Block. The correct answer is B. The library. What was entrenched in the Constitution in 1982? A. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. B. The Canadian Charter of Liberty and Pursuit of Happiness. C. The Canadian Charter of Liberties and Privileges. D. The Canadian Charter of Political Forwardism. The correct answer is A. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. How is the Canadian-USA border sometimes described? A. The world's longest undefended border. B. The world's easiest border to cross. C. The most traded border in the world. D. The border with the longest wait times in the world. The correct answer is A. The world's longest undefended border. Which term best describes Canada's political organization? A. Democratic monarchy. B. Constitutional republic. C. Democratic exceptionalism. D. Constitutional monarchy. The correct answer is D. Constitutional monarchy. Which of these Second World War campaigns did Canadian soldiers take part in? A. The liberation of Poland. B. The liberation of China. C. The liberation of Italy. D. The battles in the Pacific Ocean. The correct answer is C. The liberation of Italy.
Who appoints the Governor General? A. The Sovereign, on advice from the Cabinet. B. The Sovereign, on advice from the British Parliament. D. The Sovereign, on advice from the Prime Minister. D. The Sovereign, who decides on his or her own. The correct answer is C. The Sovereign, on advice from the Prime Minister. Discover Canada study questions. For more practice, go to CanadianCitizenshipTestKit.com.